Are you ready? I said, are you ready? You are listening to Voice of the Fans Sportscast, brought to you by none other than the voices of the fans. Discussing football, basketball, news, trending topics. The one-stop shop for all things sports. Voice of the Fans Sportscast. Hosted by none other than Ben Swift Reynolds, Taylor Gatwood, and Tyler Wright. Voice of the Fans Sportscast. Voice of the Fans Sportscast. Voice of the Fans Sportscast.
Welcome, guys, to another episode of Voice of the Fans Sportscast with your host, Ben Reynolds. How y'all enjoying y'all Friday evening? You know, my wife and kids, they went to the local high school game. And since I'm kind of behind schedule, I decided to stay behind and give y'all this podcast and start with the NFL Week 4. You know, yesterday we had a pretty good, dang on good game versus the Bengals and Jacksonville. Jacksonville sure did put up a fight. The game was a lot closer than I thought it would have been. According to how, you know, the Jags played against the Broncos last week. I mean, not the Broncos, but against the Cardinals last week. They gave the Cardinals kind of like a little scare, but Cardinals just a little bit too much. And I feel like the Bengals had the same chance of, you know, offensive firepower, you know, with Chase and Boyd, you know, that whole group of receivers. You know, they missing T. Higgins, but they still had a lot. They have a lot of good receivers. But as you saw in this game, man, the Jazz just kind of got away from the game plan. You know, it was just like, okay, we're going to run here, we're going to pass here. Like, it just wasn't really a lot of variety in the play calling. It was pretty vanilla. You know, it was really surprised they jumped up on a 14-0 lead on the Bengals. Even the Bengals stunned. Like, they were kind of less lackadaisical. In the first half and the second half, they started to turn it up and start, you know, putting that defense on their heels. Other than that, I like what I saw from Trevor Lawrence, but you know, he still got ways to go. That offense still got ways to go. And like I said, the play calling, man, I don't know who calling plays for Jazz, but that's not it. It's not it. I mean, they really could have won this game, and they let it slip away. But big props to the Bengals defense for coming up big in this game. If it wasn't if it wasn't for the home call against Von Bell, you know, the Jazz would probably just head for a field goal there. But you know, the Bengals offense is looking good. As you saw, they upset the Vikings week 1. I mean, I was really surprised by that. And now the Bengals are sitting on top of their division 3-1, which is, who would have thought the Bengals would be sitting on top of their division? You know, they beat the Steelers last week, and I don't know what to say, to be honest. I really don't know what to say. I really thought the Bengals would be, you know, struggling a lot, especially, you know, since the offensive line is, you know, kind of shaky. But, you know, they putting it together, and, you know, they put in a string of wins, and right now they 3-1 going into week 5. Who would have thought the Bengals 3-1? But anyway, let's go ahead and dive into these week 4 NFL schedule. A lot of good games. You know, while I'm looking through the schedule, I can see some games going either way. But let's start off with Washington versus the Falcons. Man, Washington, they just lost their way, to be honest. The defense is not what they used to be. You know, that passing game, I don't know if it's Taylor Heineke. I don't know if it's the play calling or his playing. I just haven't really saw a lot of Washington games, but their offense is struggling mightily. Like, it's pretty pathetic how their offense is struggling. I mean, they're 27 in passing yard and 21st in rushing. I mean, you're not gonna win games like that if you can't put points on the board. But for their defense though, they have dealt with injuries, and the defense just haven't been stepping up. I believe the defense just been playing like they were playing last year. Then it would be a different story, but they're not. They just not coming together, and I think it just fall back on the coaches, man. Uh, are you putting your team in position to win? And lucky for them, they're going up against the Falcons this week. Falcons, they're another team that's been struggling, with their offensive power, with Matt Ryan leading the charge, and they worse than Washington in the passing and rushing game. I mean, Mike Davis, you really thought you going into the season with Mike Davis? Come on, guys. Is your number one back? Yeah, you setting yourself up to lose a lot of games if you think that Mike Davis is going to be number one back. But Washington, they're going to Atlanta for the game. I can see the game being close, just because how both teams been playing this year. Washington barely beating the Giants. The Falcons did put up a good fight against the Bucks. But in this game, I'm taking Washington because of the defense. Maybe the defense can stop up and come up with a couple of stops, and and just get some turnovers going for the offense, so they can give them a short field to score. But like I said, this game really could go either way. But I'm leaning toward more Washington just because of the defense. They have more potential to come up with some fourth down stops or a turnover or something like that. So Washington, hey, gonna get your win, baby. All right, Texans versus the Bills. All right, Texans, they're gonna be without Tyrod, I believe, again. So yeah, that's their goal for winning right now is even smaller. Just because they kind of in a rebuild stage. I don't know why they just won't start Watson. I mean, they really hate that man. This guy, he wanted out. They taking it to him. But let's be honest, Texas is just not gonna be able to keep up with the Bills. They lost to the Panthers. I mean, Chris McCaffrey went out in the first half, I believe. And the Bills, man, they just got too much firepower. They're on the roll. I mean, who can contest with that team? Not the Texans. Definitely not the Texans. So it's not going to be a close one. What much more can I say about the Bills? I mean, Josh Allen, he's finally coming into his own. He found Emmanuel Sanders a couple times for a touchdown. Actually, he hit Emmanuel Sanders on a deep touchdown. So the Bills, they find all cylinders now. And, they start off the gate kind of slow, but they slowly find their rhythm. The running game, I'm very surprised that, Zach Moss, he's taking care from Singletary. So the running game is it's slow and showing up, but we still know the Bills are a passing team. So they gonna come out here slinging it versus the Texans guys. The Texans can't stop them, so why not throw the ball 40, 45 times in this game? I mean, why not? The Texans ain't gonna stop it. I mean, the Texans don't have literally almost nobody on defense to match up with the Bills. So the Bills gonna come firing on all cylinders. Look for Josh Allen to have a big game, and I'm seeing Diggs definitely having a big game for the Texans. So here at VL, we definitely taking the Bills. All right, let's move on to the Lions versus the Bears. Now I had to really sit here and think about this game because the Lions are showing grittiness, they showing toughness. I mean, that's what you want from your team. They not giving up. Them boys are not giving up. I mean, that's what you want, right? I mean, as a Lions fan, yeah, you losing these games, but y'all in it. Y'all fighting to the last second, which is what you can say most about the team that they haven't been doing this years past. They haven't been competing, leaving it all on the field. I mean, what more can you ask? When they get more weapons and maybe a different quarterback, Jared Goff, he hasn't really been bad, but you still upgrade at that position. And the Lions have impressed me. I mean, maybe Lamar was injured. He did that backflip in the end zone. Why would you do that, dude? Come on, bro. Like, soon he did it, I was like, why? And it looked like it hurt too. And kind of found out, yeah, it looked like he injured his tailbone or something like that. But the Lions, they just, they're not going away. They almost came back week 1 versus the 49ers. They hanged in there versus the Packers. To the Packers, they slowly drifted, ran away with it. And the Ravens, I mean, the score is 19-17. So the Lions are showing greediness. They released Jamie Collins, and he just wasn't working well with that, defense. Even though the defense is nothing to write home about, but he just wasn't doing his part, So the Lions are going into Soldier Field. And they say Andy Dalton may be back. I mean, I get it. The offense is a little bit more better right now just because how Justin Fields is still learning. I know I'm surprised to say that too, that Andy Dalton he's playing a little bit better than Justin Fields. Everybody would probably say, well, the Lions can't protect him. No, they're not giving him much time to throw, but the offense still look a little bit better. I hate to say it, but if Andy Dalton do start, I'm still picking the Lions because of the greediness. I think they get their first win week 4 versus the Bears. They get the divisional win because the Lions they not quitting, and the Bears just don't have a passion like that. They just don't. And their defense been kind of lackadaisical. They've been trying to find themselves. So I'm getting it to the Lions just because of the whole Bears quarterback situation. Maybe they had better quarterback play, and maybe the defense wouldn't give up big plays here and there. Then I'll take the Bears, but I'm feeling confident. Now, I won't say confident. I'm just feeling I'm rooting for the Lions, basically, because they've been showing some greediness. And how Dan Campbell, the head coach, said, got bite them at the kneecap, or where he just said, so they biting these teams at the kneecap trying to get this win, and they're going to get their first win right here, week 4 versus the Bears. Panthers versus the Cowboys. I hate the Cowboys. Let me just come out and say that. I really hate the Cowboys. I'm a Saints fan, so Cowboys is just, they get on my skin. Americans team, okay, whatever. Y'all haven't won the Super Bowl since the 90s, whatever. 89? No, it was like 93. Or it was something like that, 93, since the 90s. So the Panthers are coming in, beat up, missing that star player, McCaffrey. It's going to be tough sledding. I don't know where they're going to find points at. Then Sam Darnold has been a game manager at this point. He hasn't been doing anything just to mess up. But you're going to need more than that versus the Cowboys. They put on a dang good show versus the Buccaneers. They came out and beat the Chargers. They manhandled the Eagles. So it just really, if the Panthers can keep up with the Cowboys offense, and I don't see that happening just because of who Sam Darnold is, and he haven't been able to get Robbie Anderson going, who's a very, very good deep threat and reliable one at that. And he just hasn't been hitting him at all. And like I said, that playmakers out. McCaffrey, he's missing. I don't know where the Panthers offense gonna come from. Herbert, Talbot. I mean, that's a lot to put on a rookie's shoulders, especially versus the Cowboys. And that defense, maybe the defense can come up. If the defense can come up with some turnovers, then yes. That D-line is out. They lost J.C. Horn. I believe he's out for the year. I think that's why they traded for Henderson to take place of Horn because of, was it hamstring or ACL or something like that? So, he's taking up Horn's place, but let's be honest, Henderson's not. I still say Horn's better than Henderson. So, I mean, it's not totally a downgrade, but you see the drop off at the position. I have to say, and maybe just maybe they can get pressure on that because the Cowboys online has been beat up, and they sustain injuries on that online. And if the defense can get after Dak and make him, have some turnovers, maybe, just maybe they can win this game. But I'm just seeing all out, offensive juggernaut in the Cowboys coming off against the Panthers, who missing that key player. If you're missing your best running back, I mean, they give the defense more time to game plan versus the passing offense. So they gonna say, "Hey, Sam Darnold, you come out and beat us. We ain't the running game. We ain't worried about that. We want you. We gonna stack the box, whatever. Do what we need to do. Shut down the run game and make you throw it, and see can you beat our corners? See can you beat our guys? And that's a tall order for Sam Darnold. I mean, you want him to come out throwing 30, 35 times, versus the defense. And the Cowboys defense are not bad. For some reason, they just give up big plays, but they really get turnovers. They really get stops when it matters. So that's really a big thing. Bend don't break. And once the Cowboys defense, just realize like, hey, Sam Darnold really gonna have to make some tight throws, then that's when I know they're gonna start building their confidence and like, hey, we're gonna go ahead and take over the game and shut it down. So the Cowboys, they whipping the Panthers this week. Sorry, Panthers fans. Haha. Yes, Saints. We trying to get up in this division. We trying to climb up. Right now, the Panthers Bucks are ahead of us. So I love it if the Panthers would just lose this game, put them at 3-1. That I really love that this Sunday. All right, let's move on to Colts versus Dolphins. So Dolphins without Tua, injury prone Tua. I mean, that was my worst fear for Tua. Like when the Dolphins was like thinking about taking him, I like, yo, this dude stay injured. You saw that Alabama with the hip. I think Bo Jackson had almost a similar injury. And everybody was talking about that. So he just have a history. I think he had an ankle injury, something like that in the championship or the game before the championship. He just can't stay healthy. And the hit didn't look hard. It didn't look terrible. But here we go again. Yeah, with ribs injury. And that's why I'm saying, like, some GMs, you got to take into account. Like, yeah, the dude might be good, but what is it worth if you can't stay on the field? So this Dolphins team is coming in led by Jacoby Brissett, which I'm not very, he reminds me of like a Tyrod Taylor. He's coming in, he managed, he do what he needed to do. He's not terrible. Felt like the Colts, they're a little bit hard on him. I feel like he did a good job. And look at the Colts now. I feel like Jacoby Brissett was with the Colts. They might not be 0-3. So, he put up a good game versus the Raiders. They lost in overtime, 28-31. And I just feel like the Colts have to win this game. They have to. They cannot be sitting in this division. And the division not even that tough. That was so bad about it. They in the division with the Titans and the Jags. And of course, the Titans are sitting up right now the division leaders. And so they have a chance. They have a chance to catch up. And the Texans, they got tough sledding. So the Colts, they need to put something together here. They need to. This is like really, I wouldn't say a must win, but it's dang sure close to one. And, I was hyped about Wentz coming to the Colts. I was like, yes, they finally getting a good quarterback. Wentz get a chance to rejuvenate his career and prove something to all these naysayers. What's that, stand there and say, oh, walking to me or something like that. he got a chance to prove something here. A new fresh start with an amazing team. Even though the defense have been playing up to par, but still amazing team. You still got good weapons, man. You got Jonathan Taylor, who I say is better than Miles Sanders. So, Coach, man, y'all gotta get this offense. Y'all gotta figure this thing out. And y'all in the middle of the pack. When y'all are mediocre, that means you're gonna lose to good teams, and you're gonna beat bad teams. Well, what are the Dolphins? Are they a good team, bad team? I mean, they beat the Patriots, right? They hung in there versus the Raiders. A Jacoby Brissett-led team, which I say is better than Tua. And he really looked down upon when he's really pretty serviceable. And Joe Brissett is coming, against his old team who didn't want him, right? So, Coach, I don't know what y'all gonna do, but y'all have to win this game. Like, you can't go down 0-4. And let's be honest, the Texans got a tough schedule ahead, and the Jags are the Jags. So, if y'all want the wild card, man, y'all gotta start right here and now. Y'all too good of a team to be sitting at 0-4. Too good. So with that being said, I'm taking the Colts because I feel like that their backs are almost against the wall. And when a team get their backs against the wall, they gotta come out swinging. With some jabs, with some uppercuts or something, they gotta come out with some combos, man. And I feel like Jonathan Taylor gonna get it going. Get Jonathan Taylor going. Get him going. Get him a lot of touches. Get Hines in the passing game. Get him a screen game. Get him in the passing game. Get this thing going and get y'all first win of the season. Colts over the Dolphins, guys. Browns versus the Vikings. Oh, what are the Vikings? What are they? Who are they? I mean, are they a good team? Are they a bad team? Are they, in the middle of a pack team, so? They got so much offense. Plenty full. They can spread around. They can get the running game going. They not consistent. I think that's what the problem is. Kirk Cousins, he been pretty good this season. They blamed him for the Cardinals' loss when really defense they need to do something. They get stopped. They brought in Patrick Peterson to fill the void of Rhodes. And that's really what the problem is. They can't stop nobody. They constant shootouts, right? Constant shootouts. They did win last week versus Seattle. But they was in a shootout versus the Cards, and the Bengals, they just stunned them. Like I said, I didn't see the Bengals beating the Vikings. So what can the Vikings do this week versus the Browns, who has a pretty good dang on offense? Do you want to get in the shootout versus the Browns? I mean, I feel like they can shred the Viking defense pretty handily. And how ready Dalvin Cook going to be? That's another question. If Dalvin Cook not ready to go, then that's something else you got to contend with. I feel like the Browns are without Landry, but they finally got OBJ back. I feel like the Browns is one of the teams that's finally coming to their own. And I feel like they can destroy the team on the ground. Basically, really, really on the ground more than in the air. And I think that's what it's going to come down to. Can the Vikings stop the run? And I don't think they can. Just from what I saw from, I think Carson got a gainer, a touchdown, like a 45-yarder on run yard run yard on them. So I'm not quite sure they can stop the run. And if they can't, which I'm pretty sure they can't, stay in for a long day. And no, if all the Browns, my whole goal is to keep that offense off the field. Got my defense, they're a little bit susceptible, to giving up no plays, giving up yards. So right now the Browns are second in rushing. So obviously the Browns coming in trying to run the ball, trying to stuff it down the Vikings' throat, and say, "Hey, stop us if you can. If you can't, then you deserve to win." But right now, I'm not seeing that. And like I said, Dalvin Cook, is he ready to go? That's another guy that's been dealing with injuries of his career. Dalvin Cook not ready to go, then that's less than the Vikings' chance to win this game. I just like what the Browns are doing. They balance. They know who they are, and they sticking to it. So I'm taking the Browns over the Vikings. The Vikings have talent, but I believe the defense is their Achilles heel. And when you can't stop nobody from scoring, then you're gonna have problems. Now I was thought they'd be Seattle, but every dog has a day, as they say. All right, Titans versus the Jets. I have. I really don't really need to say who I have. It's kind of like a given, right? If you play fancy, you better go pick up Tennessee defense, because how the Jets play against the Broncos, you want that defense. All right, so the Jets have me looking like a fool because I came out and said Jets, they're going to be better than what people think they're going to be. They got a new head coach from the 49ers. He's a dog himself. He gets the team going, get the team ready. And I'm like, Wilson now. I saw a little Andrew Luck in him. He got a big arm. He's talented. He scrambled a little bit. Got accuracy. Dude's a baller. Watch out. They make Zach Wilson look. Granted, when I did watch some of the interceptions he throws, dude, who you throwing it to? And what you saying, like, he's still seeing goals from the Patriots game. And to be honest, the schedule the Jets have not been favorable. All right. How do you correct this situation? You really don't have a running game. Michael Carter thought he's going to be the next big thing. All wrong again. Like, maybe I shouldn't just predict just players and just let everything play out. Like, oh yeah, I knew he was gonna do good. Maybe I should have went that route than saying going out on a limb, like, yeah, this guy, he's coming out and doing this, he's doing that. And now they have me looking like Boo Boo the Fool. And I'm like, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I really don't know what happened. So I haven't just sat and watched a whole Jets game. It has been unbearable. When you can't take pressure off the quarterback and try to get him, some nuggets here and there, something get him going, then it's gonna be tough sledding. If you don't have a running back and the wide receivers are, they okay. Corey Davis said he felt kind of slighted because the Titans didn't, pick him up or, extend him or whatever. But they got problems. They almost dead last in passing and rushing. They almost dead last in total yards. So defense ain't stopping nobody. Offense ain't moving the ball. So what they doing in practice? Playing patty cake. Goofing off. Playing board games, playing video games, playing Madden. As a team, just not doing anything, man. I know y'all saw the meme, the guy with the stick and he poking the team, say, do something. That's what I'm saying. Just do something. Just do something. Right? feel like they need to upgrade the tight ends. Ryan Griffin, he's solid. And Tyler Croft, he's solid. But they need to find him. No, they said tight ends are quarterback's best friend. And I feel like next year they need to get him a tight end. And fix the O-line. Get him a running back. No, Telvin Coleman. They really just put a Band-Aid over his running back situation. They signed Ty Justin from Detroit and Telvin Coleman from 49ers, Michael Carter. I feel like they just kind of Band-Aid the whole situation. I mean, these guys are how will I put it? They are, they're just pieces, like pieces on a board game. They're just pieces. They're not like star players. They're complementary type players. So they need to get a true running back and tight end. They need to fix the online. Worry about the defense later. We can try to fix that through free agency or whatever. But they need to find somebody that can upgrade this offense. Maybe it's the offensive coordinator play caller. Maybe he's not putting in plays, that suit the Jets. And I'm spending a lot of time on the Jets because I'm kind of frustrated because they're ruining my guy. Just send him to the Saints, man. Let him go to QB University. And he'll be our future. So a Titan coming in here without Julio and without A.J. Brown. I mean, they basically like, hey, y'all just rest. This is a bye week. Y'all just take the day off, guys. We don't need you. They didn't hear you about to rush for 300 yards and have like 4 touchdowns. We're good. Just take the day off. You deserve it. So the Titans, they come in here and gonna win this game pretty handily. Hopefully Zach Wilson don't throw more than 3 interceptions. Chiefs versus the Eagles. East, man. I don't know what to say. Clyde Edwards-Helaire looks horrible. Downright horrible, man. And granted, the Chiefs don't even run the ball. So, they all can't follow him, but they need to get something else going. They can't rely on Patrick Mahomes 24/7. And where have Tyreek Hill been? My goodness. Are they blanking him, double teaming him? Seems like the offense is just kind of spluttering right now. And the defense can't stop a nosebleed. But lucky for them, they are playing against the Eagles, right? Playing against the Eagles. Eagles coming off of a huge loss versus the Cowboys. I mean, they won a never-ending game. I mean, so it's going to be tough sledding again for the Eagles. The Chiefs not going to lose 3 games in a row. They just not. They're too good of a team to do that. And maybe they can get Helaire going. I know he had 100 rushing yards last week, but still. He finally had one good game. One. But other than that, he had a fumble against the I want to say the Ravens. I want to say it was the Ravens. So it's not like he just been tearing it up. If you look at his stats, right, he had 14 rushes for 43 yards versus the Browns. I mean, that's pedestrian. They brought him to be more than that. He had 13 carries for 46 yards. So he averaged like 3 points on the game. They need him to be a game changer. Like I said, they can't rely on Patrick Mahomes 24/7 because when your defense can't create turnovers, and that's how they Chiefs to really beat other teams. They back by their defense creating turnovers, and if they can't create turnovers, then you see stuff like this happen. So they playing against the Eagles. Their offense is still shaky. I'm not liking it. When Miles Sanders only run the ball 3 times, man. 3 times. I have no faith in this offense, especially against a high-power offense as the Chiefs. 3 times, Eagles fans. Jalen ran the ball more than him. Oh, my bad. He only rushed the ball 2 times. 2 rushes for 27 yards. 3 catches, 28 yards. He need to be more involved in the passing game. Or maybe because they were down, like they were playing against Dallas, and Dallas was just cooking them. They're like, bro, we can't run this ball. The only way we can get something going, Jalen runs it. But you can't put everything on Jalen either. You can't put everything on Jalen. So the Eagles gonna have the defense gonna have to step up big. Fletcher Cox went out versus the Cowboys, so we're gonna see if he's gonna be back in this game versus the Chiefs. But I'm taking the Chiefs. No way they're losing 3 games in a row. Cardinals versus the Rams. Still a tough game on the schedule. So D-Hop might be out with a rib injury. So there's less person that the Rams have to worry about. The Cardinals defense can't stop anybody. You saw them pulling the Clinton versus the Titans. So where did that defense go? The Jags were looking like they about to blow the top off the Cardinals. But, the offense came alive. And, they were able to pull through. But it was looking pretty bad for the Cardinals, I ain't going to lie. And they cannot come in playing like that versus the Rams. Rams are too good. And that's how deep the Rams were. I didn't even know they had Deshaun Jackson. I was like, when I saw him versus the Bucs, I'm like, yo, when they get Jackson? And now they finally put him into the game plan. Sean McVay said he was mad at himself for not, getting him in the game plan sooner. So the Rams, man, they deep. Cards can't contend with that. They just can't. They run. So they're going to just, sit back here and try to throw the ball, versus the Rams secondary and let the defense, put the NASCAR package on them. They're going to have to get Edmonds going or Connor going, which I definitely don't see that happening. Connor just scored his, 2 touchdowns last week. That was his first 2 touchdowns of the season. The Cardinals, it's going to be tough sledding for the Cardinals because of, how their offense is made of, their makeup. They a passing team, and the Rams will sail against that because of their front 4. They can get pressure just from that front 4. And you're going to have to try to run the ball versus the Cardinals, but the Cardinals, they're just not good at running the ball. So they're going to have to figure out how to slow down, that pass rush. Maybe some screens, quick passes, use that as a extension of their running game. They love it in rushing yards, but I feel like that tells a different story. Just kind of Kyler Murray, too. But I feel like the Rams are just a better team, offense side of the ball, defense side of the ball. And I feel like they can slow them down, especially if D-Hop's not playing. It'd probably closer if D-Hop's playing. But I feel like the Rams, they just, what they did to the Bucs. And I feel like the Bucs are better than Cards. And, them missing D-Hop just not helping that situation. So I'm taking the Rams over the Cards. Seahawks versus 49ers. Seahawks is another team that kind of be up and down sometimes. The first half they be like a juggernaut, and the second half they just come out flat. Why is that? Do they get I don't know, they just forget they playing a football game? And we're just going to run this pass. We're just going to throw it 40 yards down the field and hope something happens. DK finally came alive. Finally. And, he had a huge game. But sometimes the Seahawks, man, they get lost in the sauce or something. They barely showed up versus the Vikings. Barely. And they going up against a team with a better defense. So which Seahawks team going to show up? The one that whooped the Colts, week 1, throwing them 40-yard bombs down the field? Or are we going to get a team that, that showed up versus the Vikings? I don't like, hide and Jekyll type teams, right? So they need to, figure themselves out, come to work, because they're in a tough division. They can't be dropping games, they should be winning. They have no room for error in that situation, in that tough division. No rooms for error. So which team going to show up versus the 49ers? And lucky for them, the 49 offense is not something to write home about. They basically missing like every last one of their running backs. We don't know Eli Mitchell playing. We don't even know it's Kittle playing. Kittle's game time decision, right? Brandon Ayuk has been in the doghouse. He finally came out and had a decent game. So I'm a little worried about the 49 offense because, the injuries and, Jimmy G is not really the answer. So my boys, they got mad because I said Jimmy G is a watered down version of Tom Brady. I'm taking a shot at Tom Brady. I wasn't really taking a shot at Tom Brady. It's true. He's like a watered down version of Tom Brady. Even Belichick wanted Jimmy G over Tom because he saw like similarities, right? Jimmy G just not gonna win you games, man. I mean, at this point, Trey Lance should be called up just because of how he can change the dynamic of the offense. And they need some hot and spicy right now. They need some big time playability. They need some splash plays, as they say. Because when tight ends come in, having 4 catches, 37 yards, and a touchdown, he had 5 rushes for 14. So they're struggling here. So that's the only reason I'm taking the Seattle Seahawks, because the offense is struggling. And they're going to need to score some points versus Seattle, because Seahawks, they come down firing on all cylinders. So Seahawks need this division win. They don't want to go down 1-4. So let's go with Seattle here. Green Bay versus Steelers versus Green Bay. We got Big Ben on Walker trying to finish out his career. The Bengals were trying to help him finish out his career a little bit more faster. I mean, how did the Steelers beat the Bills week 1? By the grace of God. How in the world did they win that game? It was a defense struggle, but still defense, they went AWOL versus the Bengals. It seemed like they couldn't figure nothing out. The Steelers offense is just not what they used to be. So you expect me to take Steelers going into Lambeau and beating Green Bay. Not with that Big Ben. And you can say, oh, we're getting Deontay Johnson back. Okay, that's cool. The offense still kind of sputtering all over the place. Like a shot down plane. Just up and down, all over the place. Right? Aaron Rodgers like he's back on track. I want to say he's back on track because you're like, just one game, right? I mean, you settle down, son. You did, you beat the Lions. You beat, the 49ers, who offense, kind of shaky. So they come in against a confident Aaron Rodgers, as you would say. And the Steelers just not looking like the Steelers. I mean, Najee Harris finally had a breakout game. Is he going to continue to build on that? I mean, who knows? I believe the Packers is missing their best pass rusher. I believe he's out for the game. His name is escaping my mind right now. But I saw the report that he's going to miss. So maybe that's going to help out the Steelers O-line, greatly, because if the Packers are missing their best pass rush, then it's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long day for the Steelers if he was playing. I don't know why his name is escaping my mind right now, but he's out. Maybe I can think of it later on. But I'm taking Green Bay in this because they showing they can actually score, actually, put good drives together, and actually protect their quarterback. Steelers, they seem like they still trying to find themselves. They'll be able to beat the Bills, but not the Raiders and not the Bengals, which, Bengals are a division rival. So they shouldn't have lost to the Bengals like that. The Bengals barely beat the Jags. It's one of the games you have to win, and they just didn't handle their business last week. So I'm taking Green Bay over the Steelers. All right, next game on the list, Bucks vs. Pats. The only reason people hyped about this game is because Tom Brady come back home, right? He's coming back home. I'm not really seeing this being like a great game. You saw what the Saints did to Matt Jones last week. I think just because Tom Brady has a chance to break the record and stick it to Belichick and all this type of jazz. That's the only reason why people hyped. But I'm not really hyped about the game. I already know what the outcome's gonna be. I mean, it's no contest. The Patriots are just not a good team. They weren't going to be a good team with Cam Newton already at them. So the Patriots are coming in over their heads. They playing against a good defense and a great offense, and they won't be able. They may slow down the Patriots. The Bucks a little bit if Judon can get going. But other than that. Maybe if they, like I said, if they can create pressure on Tom, as the Rams did, then they have a chance. But let's be real, they can't match up versus them very well. The offense can't create mismatches. The defense can't match up either. So really, just a Tom Brady, homecoming basically, and I'm not seeing much of a game here. I'm taking the Bucks over the Pats just because of, not just because, but because the Bucks are just a better team. I mean, pretty much the Bucks are just a better team here, guys. And hopefully Patriots can put up a fight, but I doubt it. Giants versus Saints. The Giants are missing Slayton, and they missing the other receiver name, I can't think of his name right now. Both of them are out with ACL injuries. So who's gonna play? All that's left is King Galladay and Evan Ingram. The Saints defense pretty stout, top 5, but top 10 defense in the league. I mean, Sterling Shepard, that's his name, Sterling Shepard. And guess what? The Saints are coming home. They're coming home. So the first real home game for the Saints, guys. So the Dome gonna be rocking, they're gonna be partying. It's gonna be loud and crazy, right? So the Giants coming in with Saquon Barkley. The Saints defense is dang on good, man. So all they gotta really do is just make Daniel Jones beat them, right? I mean, that'll be my game plan. Shut down Saquon and make the Giants beat me. Make Daniel Jones beat me. It's pretty point blank and simple. They lost to Washington. I don't think the Giants won. They got blown out by the Broncos. I don't even think the Giants won a game yet. Maybe somebody can help me out here. I don't think the Giants won a game. Let me see. I looked that up real quick. I don't believe they have. Yes, they 0-3. I can't remember the other team. They lost to the Broncos. They lost to the Washington. I can't remember the other team they lost to. Let me look there. I want to know who the other team. Who did they lose to? Atlanta. That's right, Atlanta. That game was so memorable. So that's why I couldn't think of Atlanta. They lost to Atlanta. And they probably beat 0-4. So they're gonna lose to the Saints. I mean, come on, Saints, right? America's team. Who that? I don't even need to talk about the offense, because we already know what Kamara gonna do. I mean, Winston. All right, I want to give a prediction on Winston here. He's gonna throw for the most passing yards for him this season. He's gonna throw for 350 and 2 touchdowns. Write him up and check it. Take it to the bank. Cash it. 350 and 2 touchdowns for the win for the Saints. All right, last game of the week. Pretty good, dang on good game. Like, I really was going back and forth on this. Raiders versus Chargers. Derek Carr. You know, I always liked Derek Carr. Everybody used to be, down on him. But he's a good quarterback. He really is, though. He's really underrated. And they showed me a lot, especially with the offense. John Gruden finally got the offense rocking and rolling. And Dan Waller, he's looking like the second best tight end in the league. Everybody like Kittle is better than Waller, but Waller is proven this dude is like a madman. Put him in the slot, put him on the outside. Who's gonna guard me? Nobody. He'll still put up 8 catches, 120 yards or something like that. Something crazy like that, man. Dude's a beast. But with that being said, the Chargers, I don't know, man. They sneaky. They sneaky, right? Because Herbert can flip the switch and throw for like 4 touchdowns and 400 yards or something like that. He can flip the switch. And that's why I said this is a sneaky game. Everybody like, well, the Raiders should be able to win this game. True. But I feel like this is one of them sneaky games that Herbert just come out here and just ball out. And Eckler get going. Mike Williams and Keenan Allen, those guys just get the offense pumping and rolling, and the Raiders can't do nothing about it. That's why I feel like this game is going to. Maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like this is one of the flip the switch for Herbert type games, man. It's just how they played last week, and they finally connecting on their deep passes, and they finally looking good in the run game. And Mike Williams tearing it up right now. He's looking better than Keenan Allen. Maybe because Keenan Allen getting the number 1 quarterback, so Mike Williams he making do. Where he's getting, he making do. Chargers came out here with a game plan for the Chiefs. Craig Turner put pressure on Patrick Mahomes, and maybe they come out with the same game plan for the Raiders. Raiders, their offense looking like that too. They can put points on the board. And, Peyton Barber had a huge game, but I don't see that versus the Chargers. Josh Jacobs might be out, which is still huge for them. And I just feel like this is a flip-the-switch type game for the Chargers, man. So I'm going to take Justin Herbert and them guys. It's going to be a great Monday night game. I know that, and I'm definitely tuning in. I'm clearing my whole schedule for this game. Because it's gonna be a dog fight. Everybody last Monday night game, Cowboys versus Eagles was it was decent. But this game right here, straight up dog fight. And I'm here for it. I think Herbert, man, dude special. And when you have somebody like that as your quarterback, I mean, he gonna take you far. And the divisional game, so it's gonna be rocking, man, rocking and rolling. Let's go, Herbert. Let's make me look good for calling the game, right? Let's bring home the W. Let's go, Chargers. All right, guys. So that's it for the M4 week picks. Can't wait for Sunday and Monday night. It's gonna be some good football games. I hope the Saints win because I really want them to take this division. I really, cause the Bucs they beat us last year. Whatever. Drew is half hurt. His dude's basically 1 foot in the hospital, 1 foot out. So let's see the Saints keep this rolling, and we'll just have a good time. This week 4. Hope everybody fancy teams are doing good. I'm just like my running backs are bad. not bad. I just had like one spot on my roster, RB2, that I just need to really upgrade. So I'm working on that. I'm working on something big for my team. You know, we play $30 pot. So first place winner get, I believe is like, I want to say 180 or something like that. So, I'm trying to bring home the win. No, last year I won 250 in Mother League. So I'm trying to win some money here. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in to the show. I appreciate y'all, all the love. Thank y'all for sharing the videos and checking out our YouTube channel. Working on a merch store right now. I got like great things in store for y'all. So check us out on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and now we're on TikTok. So like and subscribe, share with family and friends. And like I said, thank y'all for the support. And we looking to make the show the best sports podcast ever. So continue to check us out, and I appreciate y'all. We out of here.
You are listening to Voice of the Fans Sportscast, brought to you by none other than the voices of the fans. Discussing football, basketball, news, trending topics. The one-stop shop for all things sports. Voice of the Fans Sportscast. Hosted by none other than Ben Swift Reynolds, Taylor Gatwood,